What is up, everyone? It's Kamikaze here today, and today I wanted to talk about Confidential Project Outlaw. So this was a article that came out on the Warbots page a while ago. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't had a chance to talk about this yet because I've made videos before that were a little bit more important, I think, than this. And also, I have a cold, so I wasn't feeling up to it yesterday. I'm a little bit better now, but I'm stuffed up, so just bear with me, please. But this is Confidential Project Outlaw, and this will be the next Titan. So there are 3 Titans so far that we've learned about, and they're not really, well, we don't know too much information about them. It's just a teaser. We don't even know the names of them, but one's going to be the 4th Camelot bot, one's going to be the 4th Dragon bot, and this one will be the 4th member of the Wild Bunch, which was the Jesse, Doc, and Butch. I have all 3 of those, actually. So, yeah, that'll be cool. And so I'm thinking that it may be like a quick draw style robot, maybe, where, you know, it flips out a different weapon slot, kind of like all the other Wild Bunch bots, but we'll see. So, yeah, here we go. Here is kind of the blueprint image for it, and then as we go down, it's an audio log excerpt from Personal Archive. So, and then we see an image. Every single one of these articles beforehand have had like some sort of image from the audio log. It's basically the person that's talking in this. It's like an interview. These are based kind of off of like an interview. Some things are blacked out and stuff like that. And so this is the person. This is kind of like an ink drawing of the person who is talking in this video. So here we go. Blank, blank, blank was an outlaw. And we'll get into what that blank, blank, blank means, because I kind of have an idea of what the robot's name is going to be, and that's what's blacked out. The blacked out part is the robot's name. Blank, blank, blank was an outlaw. He had done lots of terrible things, died young, and still became a folk hero. Why? I think he just made enough fuss for people to remember him. That's usually enough. Very true. Using this guy's name is very fitting for what we're doing here. 300 years into the future, we're at it again, making some darn fuss. So basically, the Wild Bunch is based off of characters, well, not characters, people in kind of the Wild West, the legends of the Wild West, Western America, of course. And so all the other 3 robots are named Doc, Jesse, and Butch for a reason. Doc is by Doc Holliday, which was a person, of course, in the Wild West. Jesse James, and then Butch Cassidy. Those were all famous people, famous legends, and back in the 1800s. So yeah, this is 300 years in the future from that, so it's like 2100 now. Wow. So yep, this is stationed in the future, and here we go. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Is that what the creator of the atomic bomb said after realizing that he had unleashed? What? Is that what the creator of the atomic bomb said after realizing what he had unleashed? Oh, okay, I get what he's saying. That's some weird kind of language right there, you know? Like, it was kind of switched around words and stuff. So, yep. Goodness. I doubt the engineer of the first walking robot was thinking anywhere near that. I mean, really? That thing was a joke compared to what we got now. The first mass-produced war unit, they named it a blank, 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 blank. After what? A horse? A freaking horse? Ah, yes. Do you guys understand this reference here? I don't think you do. The destroyer is named after like a horse or something. I don't remember what it was. It was named after something relating like to horses in the medieval times or something along the lines of that. I don't remember, but it was relating to a horse. So they're talking about the destroyer here, and evidently that is the first walking robot. Well, it's the first robot you get at the start of the game, of course, but it's the first robot ever to be invented. And now we're seeing all these monsters come onto the battlefields, the Titans. And so, yeah. I mean, really, that thing was a joke compared to what we got now. That's very true. Very true. Now you have robots like the Arthur that have, like, what is it, 200, 300,000 health, and 300,000 easy in that shield, plus a Hellburner explosion style thing. It's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, I doubt they were serious about the blank 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 becoming anything more tangible than a mere thought experiment. Otherwise, they would have gave that machine a more poetic name, like, I don't know, Deathbringer or Ultraman? Yes. Ah, yes. So basically, the blank 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 or whatever is the name of the outlaw. And so let's talk about what the outlaw's name is here. So the outlaw is a member of the Wild Bunch. Now, I have a theory on what the outlaw's name is going to be. So it's named after Henry the Sundance Kid, which was a member of the Wild Bunch, along with all the other members and stuff like the Doc, Jesse, Butch. So I have a feeling that the next Titan or whatever will be called something along the lines of the Sundance Kid, because that was a character in the Wild Bunch. I know it's really cringy, but like, yeah, that's my theory there. So it was evidently this outlaw was becoming. No one was serious about it becoming anything more tangible than a mere experiment, and that it was never supposed to be an actual thing on the battlefield. Well, they released something. Didn't they? And it's not called Deathbringer or Ultraman. It's called the Outlaw, or we'll see the name next time. But I have a feeling it will be relating to one of the members of the Wild Bunch. So who knows? Whatever. We've made a long way since then, and now we're stepping into very dangerous waters. Will I stop coming this far, though? No, damn it, of course not. We've managed to achieve so much, too much to drop this project for any reason. Wow. So, as we remembered in the past video about the Titans are the corporation's response to the Bastion, is what they're saying. So the Bastion was a robot that was deleted a while ago, and evidently it's going to come back. It's coming back into the Warbots lore once again, and so now the Bastion is sort of the bad guy, the villain of the Titans world, and the Titans were created to try and defend against it, is what they said in the live stream. So they're going into some dangerous waters. You're right. I mean, judging by the Arthur, these Titans are going to be powerful. They are going to be extremely powerful, but they're also extremely slow. So we'll have to see how that works out. And so yeah, dangerous waters. Will I stop coming this far though? No, damn it, of course not. We've managed to achieve so much. Yeah, going from a destroyer eventually now to something like a Titan. God, that's crazy. Titans are at least like 3 or 4 times the size of destroyers, so that's crazy. So they're not going to drop this project. Okay, gotta finish with the record. Time for my flashy phrase for all the future people to quote. What should it be? Oh, I know. Howdy ho, cowboy. Go make some noise. Oh my goodness, that's pretty cringy. Not gonna lie. So, yep, that's of course a kind of reference to the Wild Bunch, you know, the cowboys, the Wild West, you know. Howdy ho, cowboy. Perfect. Exactly the quote to remember the creator of blank for fun. Catchy, makes 0 sense, I like it. It does not make any sense. You are correct in that. So, exactly the quote. So she is the creator of the whatchamacallit, of the Outlaw. She is the creator of this project, everyone. She's not just an observer. She is the creator, because she's saying exactly the quote to remember the creator of blank. So she's referring to herself kind of in the third person here, is what I'm pretty sure. That's what I'm interpreting it as. And fun, catchy, makes 0 sense. I like it. Anyway, wrapping it up. Alright, September 17th, 2142, record over. So this was released on the 17th, right? Yeah, so this is what? Like, 123 years in the future? 123 years in the future. Wow. Alright, so this is a couple years after, you know, the entire thing where the destroyer was made and all that stuff. That's crazy. So yeah, I think that, you know, this cowboy sort of thing, the Outlaw, they're calling it the Outlaw, which is interesting, because the Bastion is supposed to be the villain of War Robots, you know? It's supposed to be the villain, yet, you know, they're calling this one the Outlaw, and the Titans were created in order to fight against the Bastion, is what they said in the dev stream. So I wonder why this one's being called the Outlaw, as like, and I know it's just kind of the code name for it, but it's kind of odd how it's being called the Outlaw, even though it's supposed to be fighting against the Bastion, which is supposed to be the villain of this story. So I wonder if maybe, you know, what they said on the dev stream may have been incorrect, or maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. Again, this is completely like conspiracy theory style. So we'll have to see, guys. We saw the Arthur on the first test server of Titans, and to be honest, the Arthur, it's interesting. It is very interesting. I'm not, when something such as a Titan comes out, I guess some of you guys expected me to be a little bit more like scared and freaked out of it. But I really wasn't. I really wasn't. Because like seeing them on the test server, they were extremely slow, and I think that we're going to see some other rebalancing of it. So I don't think Titans will be too much of an issue once they're balanced out. We'll have to see. We will have to see. One thing I do have to note is the weapons. The weapons are an issue because the weapons are alpha and beta weapons is what they're called, and they're basically like heavy weapons on steroids. They're insanely powerful. I really and truly think that they should not have range to them. All of the ones on the test server were like Hussar and Tempest, whatever, like Trident styled, and so they had some longer range to them. They had like 500, 600 meters range, and I really think that Titans, they should be brawly robots. They shouldn't be things to sit back and like fire away from like afar. It really should not be that way. I think that's just a bad idea because the firepower of these weapons is crazy. You could get on something like Yamatal and just, the splash damage on the Trident kind of thing that they had, the Trident type thing that they had, you would just splash damage through everyone. You would destroy so much. And so I really think that that the weapons on these Titans should not have range. They really shouldn't. They should only have like maybe 300, 350 range at max, and they should be brawling, strictly brawling. And also, the issue was that they towered over like structures and stuff, so they could fire and hit people when you were even hiding. It was really hard to escape these robots, so we will have to see what comes up. They also did have active modules, and so that was good because you can't activate anti-stealth or something. So that may be something where like, that's your one kind of getaway from these guys because you have anti-stealth. Or like other players have anti-stealth and they can kill you, but Titans can if you're in stealth. So I found that the Aljun, if you're like running an Aljun or a stealth robot or something like that, you could actually be pretty effective against these robots. So I'm not too worried about these. I think that there is some rebalancing we need to do to make them like actually like fun bots to play, in general, but I'm not too worried about them. And the Outlaw, it's looking interesting. I'm hoping that it'll be like a quick draw robot, because quick draw robots to me, by the way, for any of you guys that don't know what quick draw is, it's where you can switch out your weapon slots. Like on the dock, you can switch from 2 medium slots to a different 2 medium slots. So it's pretty, I always kind of like that, like the idea of it. So, I'd like to see them do a quick draw robot that's a Titan, because I want to see that in like Champion League. We don't see quick draw robots in the Champion League, and it's such a fun idea, but it's just not used because things like the Doc, the Butch, and the Jesse, they just aren't powerful enough to fit into like the Champion League meta. So I'm hoping that this will revive some of the old playstyles of robots from the past, and we've seen that with Arthur. It has that shield ability where you can put that shield across like a Galahad or a Gareth, and those were always really fun robots. And now that you're in Champion League, you can't play that. You can play the robots. The Arthur is it's the robot that's kind of crosses over into the Champion League where, you can run the Arthur if you wanted to, and you can use that shield ability that I always loved being in the lower leagues, and I miss it in the Champion Leagues. And then, you get to use the quick draw. Hopefully, if the Outlaw has the quick draw, we will see. Hopefully you can use that in the Champion League. It'll be interesting to see. I'm a little bit reluctant though, because the baikil will be the 4th dragon robot. I'm hoping that the baikil won't have stealth, really and truly, because that could be an issue. I'm fine with like a flying robot, because remember, these things are going to be super slow. All the Titans are supposed to be slow, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm an idiot, I think all the Titans are supposed to be really massive robots that just go super slow. So, if the robot can fly, I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal because it's a slow robot. So the baikil will be interesting, but as long as it just don't put stealth on it, and I'll be fine with it. Alright guys, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling on. Got to cut myself off from rambling. Hope you guys enjoy this. Sorry that my voice is like super nasal. Again, I have a cold. It's kind of getting better, so we will see. Alright guys, thank you. Please have a great day. Like and subscribe, I'm going to see you next time. Bye, guys. This is Kamikaze, signing out.